Mike Burris here, Spirit Music Meetups, man of many hats. I just wanted to go into this blog topic 5, and it's a continuation of blog topic 4 because there's so many important topics here. I want to break it up, okay? And so you want to look at blog topic 4. It was a vision that was given to me. A powerful vision about love. It went on for like 2 hours. And there's a 60-pager that goes with this, and this is just the highlights. So, you can get that 60-pager if you want. You just contact me and I'll find it, send it to you on email. Now, God tells me in this vision that the unifying blah, 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 that's what he said. I just can't believe his sense of humor. They are looking for this unifying force of the universe, that they're looking outside, they're looking inside the box, the design of the box, but their fallacy is they're not looking outside the box. They're looking for for what created the box inside the box. Is that the most stupidest thing? But he says the unifying blah 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 they are looking for is me. That's the unifying force. Whatever, they come up with so many names for this thing. But you say, how then has God been right under their noses from the beginning? Right? How has God been right under their noses from the beginning? And that was from the first vision. He says, it's right under their noses. They've been looking all over the place, but it's right under their noses. Because, and this is God's answer, because I am unconditional love. And you're going, what? So they're looking for me, and I am unconditional love. And this is what's been under their noses all along. And the no strings attached unconditional love they feel within them, even shown to their own enemies at times. And everyone's had this experience. It's otherworldly. It's rare, but they've had this experience that they've had, right? Even towards their enemies, people have had this. Is me. They have never been able to adequately explain what this is. They keep looking for this unifying force or where it comes from. Well, they've been looking for this unifying force inside the box, but it's outside the box. It's God, the designer of the box. And that force is love. That's his very nature. They don't know how to define this or where it comes from. They come up with all, nobody can understand where emotion. They say, oh, it's a product of the brain, but, do animals have this? They come with all these theories. That's because they think it is a what? Somehow produced by people's brains inside the box of the universe. See, their whole axiom, their foundational theorems are flawed. So everything you build on top of it, that was from the previous blog. Everything you build on top of it is a house of cards if you have the wrong base. But I am unconditional love. That's what God says. And I am into the box. I am into the box from outside of the box. Oh, I read it wrong. I come into the box from outside of the box. I, unconditional love, created all things and hold all things together by me, unconditional love. Everything that I am, say, and do is a representation of me, unconditional love. If you pray by asking, seeking, and knocking, that's a good way to do it. That's what Jesus said. That the eyes and ears of your mind and heart be opened to see and hear the truth, I will indeed show you the truth. And there's a link for that. I am the truth. Who said that? Jesus, John 14:6. Who is unconditional love? Only then will, see, it's not a thing, it's a who. I am the truth, who is unconditional love. Only then will you be wise and understanding. That was from the previous blog, this wise and understanding ones, the scientists. Only then will you have insight and discernment. We looked at those words too on the previous. These things are for me. Yeah, we found out it was the spirit of wisdom and understanding. And that insight and discernment comes by the means of the Holy Spirit. These things are from me. They are extensions of unconditional love, as are all things inside the box. Ask, seek, and knock for me, and you will get all things with me. Wow, is that just... Ask, seek, and knock for me, and you will get all things with me, right? Because of what he just said. Is that like, I mean, this revelation this changes your thinking forever. Wisdom, understanding, insight, discernment, given. The very things they're given. The very things the scientists are looking for has been under their noses for thousands of years. Actually, from the beginning of mankind. It is not a quantum particle of matter or some form of energy to still be looking for. These are all still inside the box and thus products of the designer of the box. It is foolish to continue to think that anything inside the box originated anything inside the box. The thing the scientists are looking for, is certainly not a Star Wars force to be with you either, such as the Buddhist mumbo jumbo of George Lucas. George Lucas was a Buddhist, so he's just inserting his mumbo jumbo. It's not a product or fruit. It's not a product or fruit, right? Byproduct or fruit of the universe at all. What they are looking for isn't a thing or a what at all. So that's why they will never find it. They are looking for something that simply does not exist. If they were actually wise, Sophia, and Sunesis connecting the dots correctly, understanding, and had insight, discernment, these words are used in the New Testament, so that they could scrutinize, right? They could scrutinize to get discernment, that's another word, what is best. These are all verses. Then they would be looking for the who. The who is God, the Father or originator of everything. That's what the Lord showed me. Wow. But that's not all, right? So you want to see the next blog topic, right? Now this reminds me of some real powerful dreams. And there's two of them here. I had more, but there's two here that you can read. Wow. I remember a dream the Lord had given me a long time ago of a great monster ravaging the world, destroying every aspect of it. Every person was in some form of pain and suffering from it, and no weapon that man could devise had any effect on stopping this monster. When I asked the Lord, he told me, this was sin, stealing and destroying and killing the world. And that's straight out of John 10:10. Really? Yeah, so many people were, it looked like Godzilla, huge though. So many people were begging God to save us. And then I saw a mile-wide bolt of lightning from the throne of God pierce the sky straight down through the top of this towering monster's head until he was disintegrated. And I was stunned, and I asked what in the world that was. And God said, that's when I woke up. I remember, I said, what in the world was that? God said, it's always been the same. My love. Boom. See, it's a major force, major power, right? It's himself. It's my love. That's where. So there's verses here you can look at and what this is all about. There's a whole bunch of stuff I wrote. Then dreams another dream, I was reminded of another dream the Lord had given me long ago of the whole world being trapped in an insane asylum. Everybody was some form of delusion. Nobody was able to escape. And the demonic forces, they just kept drugging us, kept us busy, and staying entertained. So we didn't care about escaping, much like the movie The Matrix. But a father-son team of chemists had the antidote, which came in a blood-red can marked the real thing. And no, it wasn't Coca-Cola. When I gave it to my alcoholic friend, his chest opened up and a robotic head came from deep within him to grasp it, lambano, to receive it for himself. This gift by grace was a grace gift. Immediately he was clear-minded and we escaped. When I asked what in the world, when I woke up, what in the world was that? God said, it's always been the same, my love. Again, at the time, I thought this was a thing that God had within himself. Kept thinking that love was something that he had within himself, that it was something, right? He was sharing with us, right? That we sometimes feel this, and that was entirely wrong. So God had to give me this dream, this vision actually, long vision, 2 hours, so that I would straighten my thinking out, because all my thinking, my understanding, the way I would approach him was wrong. So I was asking him for love, right, as if it was something of him, that he possessed, a thing that he possessed. But it's actually himself. So what I really need to do is ask for him, right? That's what he was trying to get me to ask rightly. James says, you do not receive because you ask wrongly. You don't even know what you're asking for. And you just ask for the wrong things, right? And so here we need to ask correctly, which is ask for God himself. God is love. So we are asking for more of God, his essence, his nature, his existence, all right? So put down, and there's a reflection, there's a lot more. More prophetic revelations, visions, and dreams. Wow, look at all these dreams about love. I didn't know there was so many. Wow, there's a whole bunch on this page. You got to go out and look at them. So then I do a reflection as Christian musicians. And how do we deal with this? What do we do with this? And then a prayer. So you want to go out to the page. You definitely want to go out to the page. So let's look at the next blog topic, number 5. No, that was 5. That was 5. Now we're on to blog topic 6. So let's go on that. All right, bye-bye.